And welcome back here to Best Bowl Field. Rusty Witcher alongside head men's basketball coach here, Matt Hebert. Matt, great to have you with me.
Yeah, great to be back for game number 2.
Game number 2 here, and there's no changes either way for these squads, so we're going to get this show started here and be filling things out as we go. Jesse Miranda to lead this off for the Larks. Schroyer is getting the, oh wait, this is not Schroyer, this is Jasa Witchers is in the pitching circle. We don't have any numbers. This might be her first appearance on the season for Witchers. And Jesse takes a first pitch swing and lines it foul. So it's the same orders both ways here, game 2. Red Ravens take game 1, 9-7. Jesse fouls it back into the play, and she's quickly down the count, 0-2.
Witcher's a sophomore from Hayes, Kansas, looks like.
Jesse fouls a third one back. And the count still writing 0-2 to the sophomore from Turlock, California. That one in the dirt in the first ball pitch from Witchers. The 1-2, Jesse swings and misses and is retired.
Now batting, number 17,
Lexi Sylvie coming to bat. And Lexi takes a pitch low. 1 ball. Lexi, a little flare, that'll dump in for a base knock over into left field. And Lexi aboard with a single.
Good piece of hitting right there. Just went with the pitch. Found some grass.
That's all you got to do. Find a little green. Hit them where they ain't is the old adage. Kimbo takes a strike on the inner half. With Lexi aboard and 1 away. A little pitch stays outside. And I count 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a strike on the outer corner from Jasa Witchers. Have to count 1 and 2. Kimbo line drive, base hit, right field in front of Brown. Lexi on her way to third. Throw will not be in time. And Kimbo aboard with a single, and the Larks with a little something new with runners to the corners. And Marissa Harrison due up.
Witchers was really working that outside corner to all 3 of those lefties early.
Little flare, and Marissa dumps one into left field for base hit and a run scoring. Kimbo on her way to third. Gets through Henry on the air, and Marissa takes second. So we've seen a little bit of everything in the early going, Matt.
Yeah, going the other way. A couple pull shots. Being aggressive early. I like where it's going.
3 straight singles by the Larks and a run. And that brings up Mariah Gil-Martin.
Keep the line moving.
Too far in and the count 1 ball. Right, a little flare. Henry in foul territory. She'll make the play.
Bit of a tough day for Mariah continues here in game 2.
Now batting, number 20.
Terry Stanton, who was hit by a pitch, I think 17 times in that first game. Or at least that's what it felt like.
That's what it felt like.
Runners in scoring positions for the Larks.
Back to that outside corner.
Working away from Terry. And Witcher's pitches have some movement.
Mm-hmm. They got a nice tail action on the end, trying to bring them back over that outside corner.
And
Just
she
like that.
does. And for the strike, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Terry swinging through that outside curve. I'm count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's got some nice late movement on
It does. It really does. That's the kind of thing that can fool a hitter. As it tails in on a lefty and moves away from a righty. That's a little pop-up. And Chumley makes the play. Larks get a run here in the top of the first. We've played a half inning. Coming to the bat in the bottom of the first will be Al, Mays, and Hilburn, all for Coffeyville. Back after this. And welcome back here to the bottom of the first. Coffeyville coming to bat. Tyra Al here in the bottom of the inning. Al had herself a busy day. She was 1 for 3. And Terry didn't like the sign she got. She'll step away. And now looks like everyone trying to get on the same page. Larks did score a run in their half of the first. And that one downstairs for a ball. That's hammered past Kimbo, and Al aboard. Tough hop. That was hammered into the ground over Kimbo, and Al will get herself a single. That brings up Chrislyn Mays, the second baseman.
Now batting, Chrislyn Mays.
And that goes through and up into the fence, and Al will trot to second on the wild pitch. So now Coffeyville and the Red Ravens with a little something doing. None out and a runner in scoring position. Tying run just 120 feet away. Now that math I could do. Little push bunt is popped foul, and we're even 1 ball, 1 strike. Time being called, and oh, we're having a watch removal. Count is even 1-1. There's a strike on the outside corner from Terry. A text saying, Yo, Kimbo, Illinois says you can do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Mays. Mays in game 1. Had a single and drove in a run. There's a little flare. That will dump in for a base hit. And the runners will hold at the corners. So there's back-to-back singles for Coffeyville. That brings up Gracie Hilburn, who started hot in game 1 with a 2-run homer and a double. She drove in 3. Hilburn hit her 2nd home run and now 20 runs driven in. And Hilburn, the leading hitter on this Coffeyville squad, average approaching 500. On the ground at Izzy Kane. Izzy's play over. Only place she could go is to first base. Hilburn gets the little ground out, but a run comes home, and we're all tied up at 1.
Now batting number 10, Addie Beck.
Addie Beck comes to bat. Beck had herself a busy day in the first game, and she took a pitch low. Beck was a force on the base paths. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 singles. Beck fouls it back. And the count even 1-1. That was a hit. Beck takes a strike outside. They count 2-2. We're full 3-2. On the ground, hard hit. Izzy with a backhand to throw over. Katie cannot find first base. And the run comes home. Beck aboard on the error. And 2 runs across for Coffeyville.
Now batting number 21, Kylie Chumley.
Chumley digs in. And a pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to Chumley. Swing and a miss. Chumley has the count quickly even. 2 runs now across here for Coffeyville. Another runner up aboard. This time 180 feet away from home plate. Erica was challenging my math skills. That one fouled back out of play over our netting. And the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chumley goes down. 2 away for Ariel Herrera. Herrera in that first game.
Now batting number 22, Ariel Herrera.
A double, a single, a walk, and 2 runs driven in. That is hammered foul on the left side, and the count on 1. Terry getting her sign from Marissa. Misses away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Fly ball left field going back. That is well struck, and that is out of here. A 2-run bomb for Ariel Herrera. And Coffeyville in front, 4-1 now. Four to 1 the score. Coffeyville all over the Larks. Here in the bottom of the first.
Now batting number 7, Maddie Tadler.
Maddie Tadler, center fielder, coming to bat. Two away here in the first. Their pitch on the outside corner for a strike. To Tadris. Pitch missing inside. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Tadris, the center fielder, enjoys the music. We've seen her. This is the 4th time we've seen Coffeyville, Matt. And Tadris sure seems to jam out to all the music out there in center field. 0-1. Fouled back. And the count now. I believe 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thought it was for a second. All of a sudden, brain just froze. Happens. Running on half a brain cell up here, so it happens. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tadris, a mile-high pop-up on the infield. Kimbo calling for it. She will make the play. Damage done, though, here for the Red Ravens. They tack up 4 runs, 2 coming on the 2-run bomb by Ariel Herrera. We've played an inning. Larks with work to do. They trail 4-1. We'll be back after this. And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field as Katie Alaniz is coming to bat. It's Katie, Izzy, and Olivia all due up in this inning. Larks trailing after the big inning. Have to get something going. And Katie swung the bat well in game one, Matt. We saw her, she doubled twice and singled once, 3 for 4.
Yeah.
Good day at the dish.
Yep, she loved that right center field gap. Let's see if she can continue putting the ball there.
And Witchers comes inside for a strike on the inner half. Makes me wonder if Witcher wasn't injured and finally getting cleared to play late in the season. She is like you said, the sophomore, 6'1" sophomore from Hayes. And there's that little curve.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, and she's ahead 0-2 over Katie. Well, just missed outside.
Yep, nibbling for that outside corner, just missed it. Didn't quite bring it back.
And the 1-2. That's a little flare, and Chumley plays it easily. One out for Izzy.
Now batting, number 00, Izzy Kane.
Izzy was 0 for 3, drew a walk. Got to first on an error. Trying to get something started here for the Larks with one away. And that one flared back into the screen for a strike. That one misses downstairs. And I count 1 ball, 1 strike. That one stays too far down. 2-1, 2-1-1, and Jason Witchers wants to work quickly.
Yep, she's in a groove. She wants to keep it that way.
Izzy flares one foul towards the Seaver soccer field.
I think it ended up going through the goal for the setup over there. So,
how do you score that? The 2-2, as that's reach and pot foul.
Yep.
And some batter's box disco dancing for Izzy as she's staying alive after fouling off those 2 strike pitches. That one popped right side, another foul ball. We're quickly approaching loss of game due to all the balls being fouled off.
Yeah, Witcher's doing a really good job of working the outside, and Izzy's just spoiling them and sending them out of play.
Doing what you have to do. The 2-2. Misses inside, and we're full 3-2.
I think she froze her there. Got that tail in action, just didn't bring it quite back in far enough.
Payoff pitch. On the ground, knocked down by Witchers, and she flips over to Herrera at first, 2 away. That brings up Olivia Nava.
Now batting, number 13,
Olivia trying to get something started, looking for her first hit on the afternoon. And that one too far out, 1 ball. Little pop to Witchers, and the Larks go quickly and quietly 1-2-3. We've played an inning and a half. Larks trail 4-1 back after this. Shania Henry to lead things off for the Red Ravens in the bottom half of the second. As Henry in that first game, as I'll get to that, the scorebook over. Henry in the first game had a triple and a double and a run driven in. And like we said, that's the second triple of the season for the Red Ravens. And Terry starts Henry off with a strike on the lower corner. And if you're a pitcher, you live there. You try and live in that spot. If you get that call, the 0-1 comes too far in, and we're even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 delivery. Henry lifts one to center field. Lexi camps underneath it and makes the play. Routine fly ball. As Asia Brown digs in. And Brown fouls one out of play along the right side. The 0-1. In the dirt, Marissa with the block, and we're even at a 1-1. That's on the ground right through Akimbo, and Brown aboard after the error by the Larks. Tyra Al coming to bat here in our second. Al singled and got to second on a wild pitch before coming home on Gracie Hilburn's ground out. Third error of the contest by the Larks. Little bunt. Terry throwing to Izzy on the far side makes their play. Brown moves up. And that brings up Chrislyn Mays.
Now batting number 11, Chrislyn Mays.
Mays singled. And Mays takes a pitch inside for a ball. The 1-0 coming up from Terry. Mays takes a pitch downstairs, and the outfield very, very shallow here. All the way across, as it almost looks like they've playing extra infielders.
Trying to prevent anything easy from coming in to score here, maybe?
I think you're right. Mays a little slow roll. That will spin in fair territory, and Mays gets herself a little infield single on the spinning, swinging bunt that works out well. And now runners at the corners for Gracie Hilburn. Nothing Marissa could do as that ball sat there and spun its way like a top in front of the plate. And now Gracie Hilburn comes to bat with runners at the corners and 2 away. And Hilburn hit a sacrifice ground out in her first at bat. A ground out and got an RBI for her trouble. He'll burn a line drive that's snagged by Izzy. We've played two. Coffeyville leads 4-1 back after this. And welcome back here to the best. Jesse Miranda will lead this off in the top of the third. Larks trail 4-1. Jesse struck out in her first at bat.
See if she learned anything from that one the first time that she can put into play here.
Jesse takes a pitch away. The lefty-laden Larks. Six of 9 left-handers in the lineup. That's pretty impressive. And Jesse takes a strike, and we're even 1-1 strike.
Something a lot of teams don't see very often is that many lefties.
A lot of lefties to lead things off here. They're the slap hitting ability. And Jesse takes one away for a ball, and the count 2-1 strike.
You got the slapping ability, and then you get down in the 3-hole with
Kimbo, who's got power.
Yep. And Lexi's got power, too.
Yeah. That one in the dirt, and the count 3-1 strike.
I think Jesse's got a little bit saved up, but she just doesn't have to use it very often.
She's really done a better job this year of staying back and driving the ball to left center, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard hit ball. And we're full 3-2 strikes. So big payout pitch for Witchers coming up. On the ground, Henry gloves it, throws in time. And a good hang by Herrera over there at first base. One away for Lexi Sylvie.
Now batting number 17, Lexi Sylvie.
Lexi singled and scored the Larks' only run. And that one misses outside.
Witchers continues to live outside.
Likes that spot. She does like that spot.
That's working for her so far.
The 1-0. On the ground and foul.
Hey,
And we're even 1-1 strike.
Right as we say that, she comes inside with the same pitch. Catches Lexi early on it.
Kind of trying to set the table there, and you get so used to that. Next thing you know, you're crossed up and you're going to spin out of the way, and that ball tails in the inner corner for a strike. The 1-1. Too far outside. And they count 2-1 strike. Witcher's trying to change up with movement, and that stays too far out. We're 3 balls and a strike. Lexi very far ahead. Lexi fouls it off. And we're full.
Witcher's brought that one in over the heart of the plate, and Lexi just missed it.
Now the question is, what do you throw here, 3-2? You try and nibble, come inside and see if your defense has your back.
My money's on her going outside corner again.
Witcher's got the sign she likes, does, and that's fouled back. Lexi battling. That's a little flare that's golfed up in the air, played perfectly by Mays at second, 2 away.
Now batting number 9, Kimbo Hobson.
Kimbo Hobson singled her first at bat. She'll dig in. And Kimbo takes a strike on the outside half. Kimbo chases and swings through the changeup, and she's quickly behind 0-2. Swinging strikeout for Witcher's. Larks go quickly and quietly, 1-2-3. We've played 2.5. Larks trail 4-1. Back after this. And we're heading bottom third, adding back to bat here for the Red Ravens, as they have the 4-1 lead. Beck grounded into an error and was aboard, then was on base when Herrera launched one over the fence. Beck takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Good spot for Terry to live on that outside corner.
Yeah, not much Beck can do with that one.
And the 0-1. That's back in her half for Terry, and she's quickly in front, 0-2. The 0-2. Terry got her sign. Rise ball misses upstairs. And the 1-2. Spins inside. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a line drive. That is over the head of Lexi off the top of the fence. And Beck lines her way to a hard hit single. Reminded me of the old Gary Sheffield singles, Matt, where Sheffield would hit the ball so hard he'd line himself into singles because it came off the wall so hard. And that's a good piece of hitting by Beck to get aboard. Kylie Chumley coming to bat. Chumley struck out her first at bat in this game. And give Matt credit, he's getting his steps in, folks.
Yeah, back and forth up here.
That's
Nothing too bad.
that's right. That's right.
I remember those Gary Sheffield singles.
Yeah.
Back in the day. He had that high leg kick and that a lot of bad action, but he got a
He
lot.
got
more
a
ball.
lot of ball, and a lot of velocity comes off the bat. As Chumley tried to bunt. So she's quickly behind 0-1. Herrera waiting on deck. Fly ball hit up into the air. And Mariah comes on, makes a play, calls for it out there. And there's one out for Ariel Herrera. Herrera went yard in her last at bat.
Now batting number 22, Ariel Herrera.
So Herrera digging in for the Red Ravens. Herrera fouls it into the glove for a strike. Wind's still blowing, but it's laid down a little bit. And the 0-1. Herrera push bunt. Terry throws over. Izzy covers. And Beck moves up. So that brings up Maddie Tadris. Two away with a runner at second base for the Red Ravens. There's a fly ball. That is dumped on the left side for a foul ball. One strike here to Tadris. The 0-1. Tadris lays a bunt down. Terry pounces, throws to Izzy covering, and in time, upstairs we go. And there's not a lot that anything can be done on that up there. So that will enter an inning. We've played 3. And Coffeyville leads 4-1 back after this. And welcome back as Marissa Harrison coming to bat in the top of the fourth. Marissa singled in a run in her first at bat. Then took second on an error on the same play. Witchers deals. And just misses with the off-speed pitch a little low.
Good pitch.
Really was a good pitch. The kind where I'd probably pull something trying to hit that and make that sound. 1-0 as Marissa swings through, and she's quickly even 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a sound I would make in a changeup when I'm swinging and my back, everything in my back pulls. Marissa fouls that one off, and the count quickly 1-2.
Take the strikeout after that one.
Go down looking? Yeah, that would, yeah. Let me count 1-2. That went too far out. And we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marissa, line drive, dumped left field, frozen rope for the base knock. Mariah coming to bat. Mariah 0 for 1.
Now batting number 10, Mariah Gilmartin.
Mariah popped out in foul territory in her first at bat.
Coffeyville playing the corners in here.
And Mariah takes a strike. They're protecting against a sacrifice. Mariah pops it out of play on the right side. She's quickly behind 0-2. The 0-2 bounces down in the dirt. Oh. And Marissa takes second on the wild pitch. Mariah line drive, snagged by Al out there. Throw, airmail on the far side, but no one there. Good backup there by Herrera.
Good stroke, good contact.
Yeah.
Just right at the left field.
Right at Tyra Al out there. That's
It's a tongue twister.
it is a tongue twister. Terry digging in.
Pitching and hitting today, pulling the double duty.
No pitch called. Terry takes a pitch outside for a ball, 1 ball. There's a strike on the inside half, and they count 1 ball, 1 strike. That one just stays a little bit too far out, and they count 2 balls, 1 strike. Good location for Witchers.
Oh,
just
yeah.
didn't get the call.
She's working fast, gets on the rubber and throws.
Fly ball center field.
Terry got
Tadris
a
going
piece of
back.
it.
That's off the fence. Play at the plate. And the Larks are gunned out at the plate. As Terry doubles, but
Now batting number
Strong
5,
throw from
Katie
center.
strong throw from Tadris out there in center field, and Chumley to gun Marissa down. And that brings up Katie. That one missing outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Katie.
Oop.
Getting through Hilburn, and Terry moves over to third. Count 2 balls, no strikes here to Katie. On the ground, up the middle, base knocked out, will score a run. And the Larks trim the lead to 4-2.
Katie's good day continues.
Izzy Kane ground down her last at bat. On the ground, and that's past the second baseman. And a base hit for Izzy, her first on the afternoon.
Back-to-back singles, almost identical.
So 3 straight hits by the Larks, stringing some things together.
Now batting, number 13, Olivia Nava.
Olivia Nava popped down her last at bat. Olivia fouls it off on the left side. They count on 1. That one lifted foul into the netting. And they count quickly 0-2 to Olivia.
See if Witcher goes back. Yep, trying to hit that
Just
outside
missed
corner.
outside. Yeah, that's a dangerous pitch to lay off, but good eye by Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
They count 1-2. There's a lift, and that is
Hey,
they're
she
gonna
was ready for it.
and
that
they're gonna
time.
call her for being out of the box. Olivia stepped out of the box, and that ends the Lark threat. And that will do it. We've played 3.5. Larks trail 4-2 back after this. And here we go.
Now batting, number 24, Shania Henry.
Bottom 4th, Shania Henry coming to bat for Coffeyville. She flew out in her first at bat of this game. And Henry lifts one foul out of play on the right side. So a strike onto the board for Henry. Coming into today, Henry led the Red Ravens with 5 home runs and 19 runs driven in. But Ariel Herrera will have retaken the RBI lead, and she tied the home run mark. The 1-1 delivery is a strike to Henry. And they count 1-2. On the ground at Kimbo. Kimbo throws across. Katie with the stretch in time. Asia Brown was stranded at third in the second inning.
Now batting number 2, Asia Brown.
Got to first after an error. That one misses upstairs from Terry. Fly ball hit a ton out there to right center field. That will bounce to the fence. Brown thinking too. And she strolls into second with the easy double.
Having a really good day at the plate so far.
Yeah, and she was in a bit of a funk, so Brown breaking out of the funk for Coffeyville. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Tyra Al, who's 1 for 2, or 1 for 1.
Now batting number 4, Tyra Al.
Had a single and a bunt. Sacrificed herself over. So runner in scoring position with an out for the Red Ravens. And Al takes a pitch low for a ball. The 1-0. Terry battles back, finds the zone for a strike, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Fly ball, shallow left field. Jesse goes back and makes a play. Jesse covers a lot of real estate over there. And 2 outs for Chrislyn Mays. Mays 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
Now batting number 11, Chrislyn Mays.
Bringing the outfield in again.
They are. Mays a little dribbler. Terry picks up and makes a play.
Good dig over there at first.
Very good dig, and Coffeyville strands a runner. We've played 4, Red Ravens 4, Larks 2 back after this. Into the top of the fifth we go. Larks trail the Red Ravens 4-2. So Jesse will dig in.
Looks like we've got Schroyer back on the mound for Coffeyville.
And Schroyer starts Jesse off with the ball inside. That's hard hit. Base hit for Jesse. And Jesse singles her way aboard. Brings up Lexi Sylvie.
Now batting, number 17, Lexi Sylvie.
That's Jesse's first hit of the contest. And we saw her get caught stealing, which is a rarity in game one, but we saw Hilburn uncorking throws, so she's got an arm out there at the catching spot.
She does, but I'm Coach Bell. I'm still going to be aggressive.
There's a line drive for Lexi past Henry. Back-to-back singles for the Larks. Larks with a little something doing, brings up Kimbo.
Now batting, number 9, Kimbo Hesston.
Wind still blowing out towards right. Kimbo fouls the first pitch off she sees. Fly ball, that's lifted, that will stay in the yard. Brown goes back and makes the play.
Tagging is Jesse.
And she will advance to third. And Marissa coming to bat with one away.
Now batting, number 28, Marissa Harrison.
Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Lexi advances to second on defensive indifference. Unfortunately, you don't get a stolen base for that.
It's too bad. It's an easy one.
It is. The 0-1. That's a fly ball hit over the head of Tadris. That'll bounce up, hits the base of the wall, comes back into play. 2 runs are going to score, and the Larks have tied it up on these 2-run single by Marissa Harrison. We're all knotted up at 4 for Mariah Gilmartin.
Now batting number 10, Mariah Gilmartin.
So Mariah coming to bat. First pitch swinging towards right field.
Trouble.
Brown will not be able to catch it, and Mariah has herself a single. 4 hits in the inning for the Larks. Lark bats coming alive. Terry Stanton coming to bat.
Now batting, number 20, Terry Stanton.
There's a strike to the knees to Terry. 2 runs across, 2 runners on for the Larks. Schroyer misses downstairs on count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good patience being shown this inning by the Larks.
Looks like the Larks remember Schroyer from game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch stays outside. The count 2 balls, 1 strike. On the ground at Mays. Mays only play at first and makes the play.
Terry does a job and advances the runners.
And he does exactly what you need to do in that situation. Right side, runners move up for Katie Alanese, and Katie singled her last at bat.
Had a really good first game against Schroyer. Let's see what she can do here in game 2.
On the ground at Mays. Mays has to back up, plays the ball in time, and a stretch by Herrera. And Coffeyville minimizes the damage, but the Larks strike back at 2. We're tied at 4, heading bottom 5th. Back after this. Gracie Hilburn coming about here in the bottom of the 5th. Hilburn 0 for 2. Does have an RBI. And Terry misses outside away. 1 ball to Hilburn. The 1-0. Stays low and in the dirt in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Hilburn had a double and a home run, 3 runs driven in game 1. And 2 really hard hit line drive outs. Hilburn off the fists and finds the green out there in left field for a bloop single. Addie back 1 for 2, a single and an error. Scored a run in that first inning after the error committed by the Larks. And Beck digs in. And Beck takes a strike. The 0-1 from Terry stays upstairs. Or even 1 ball, 1 strike. One drifts upstairs and count 2 balls, 1 strike. Terry missing low. 3 balls in a strike here, 2 back. Outside corner for a strike. That ball goes into right field. A throw not in time as Hilburn takes second on a Lark error. And we're full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground, base hit through the whole right side. Coffeyville will score a run as Beck finds a single and a ribby. And Coffeyville bouncing right back, retaking the lead. Kylie Chumley, the shortstop, over 2. Chumley lays a bunt down. A great punt, diving punt catch by Marissa. Marissa comes up with a diving catch on the popped up bunt. And there's one away. Ariel Herrera hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. Herrera fouls it off. And Terry quickly out in front with a strike. That one in the dirt. Gets away from Marissa. And back takes second. We're even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beck moves up to scoring position. Fly ball. Deep right center field. Lexi going back. She'll make the play. And Beck moves up again. And that brings up Maddie Tadros. Tadros 0 for 2.
Now batting number 7, Maddie Tadros.
Tadros loops one in the left field for a base knock. And Tadros has herself a single and an RBI for her trouble. And the Larks now down by 2 once again, 6-4. Shania Henry coming to bat. And that might close the book on Terry. And it will. Terry will head off. Emily DiMartino coming in to pitch for the Larks here in the 5th. So Emily will face off against Shania Henry. Henry flew out in the 2nd and grounded out in the 3rd, or in the 4th, rather.
for Shania Henry.
Henry takes a strike inside from Emily DiMartino.
Great spot to start it.
Coming in cold, good spot from a pitcher. I mean, not that cold. She did pitch in game one. The rise ball changeup, or the changeup, not even a rise ball, but a changeup fools Henry. She's quickly behind 0-2. Henry fights it off, stays alive. The count's still 0-2. Henry chases upstairs. She goes down. We've played 5. Larks trail 6-4 back after this. Top of the 6th we go.
Number 00,
Izzy Kane coming to bat for the Larks, facing off against Addie Beck. Beck now in the pitching circle for Coffeyville. Izzy singled her last at bat. And takes a strike from Beck. That one rises away, and the count 1-1 strike. On the ground, base hit through the hole left side. Izzy with a single, and that brings up Olivia.
Now batting, number 13, Olivia.
Good start. Took the pitch, went with it, found the grass.
Ball had eyes finding the hole. The Larks with a tie-in run at the plate in the form of Olivia Nava. And Olivia takes a pitch low for a ball. Olivia called out of the box last time up.
Took away a base hit that would have probably scored at least one.
I think so. That is on the ground at Henry. Henry thinking 2, rolled up, not in time, as Coffeyville does get the lead runner on the fielder's choice. And that brings up Jessie Miranda. Jessie singled in her last at bat. One away with Olivia, who's got good speed over there at first base. Jessie flares one foul on the first pitch she sees.
Looks like Jessie's thinking that Left center gap's where she wants to go.
And the 0-1. Gets away from Beck, and diving back in just underneath the tag was Olivia.
Very close.
May not want to test Hilburn's arm back there.
Anybody that can catch Jessie stealing is
Yeah.
someone you probably don't want to mess with.
Now comes in. And man, that was something you noticed. Hilburn, a left-handed catcher.
Mm-hmm. Don't see it a whole lot, but she's got a gun.
The 2-1. On the ground, finds a C&I single as that ball had eyes through the hole. And Jessie aboard.
Now batting,
That brings up Lexi Sylvie. Lexi's bat has been hot. She's 2 for 3. Lexi tried to pull one and fouled it off on the right side. Lexi has 3 bombs on the season, 40 runs driven in.
That'd be a great time for number 4, and number's 43.
I think so. Top 6 here. 2 on 1 out as Beck misses high and away.
Good eye there. Didn't miss by much.
No, it was mighty close, and the count evens up a ball and a strike. Yeah, Lexi's 3rd on the team in runs batted in with 40. That one too far in. No, take that back. That caught the inside corner. The count 1-2.
There's those lefties standing up on the plate again.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Anthony Rizzo style. For Coach Bell and her Cubs.
I was just gonna let it go because Rizzo struck out Freddie Freeman. Larks in a rundown on the far side.
Get back, get back.
Safe on the dive back there as Olivia got underneath. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes here.
Not quite how you draw up stealing
No,
third,
it wasn't. No, it was not exactly not how you draw up stealing third. Larks maybe dodged a big bullet.
See if Jessie's in motion here with second base open.
That's a little fire. What a grab by Henry on the far side. A diving grab.
Great defensive
That
play.
was a great play by Henry.
Both runners managed to get back before she can get back to third.
Yeah. What a play by Henry on the left side. It's the kind where you just tip your hat and say, great glove over there, 3-bag. And Kimbo singled. Runner goes. Jessie on the steal, and she'll get credit for the steal. They did throw down. Jessie gets a stolen base.
Hilburn double pumped that one, still almost got her.
Yeah. I think Hilburn wasn't sure she should let Jessie go or not, but she went ahead. Jessie gets the credit for the stolen base. Her first of the day. 47th of the year, and Kimbo takes a strike, and we're even 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a little below Jessie's average there, only 1 for the day so
Right?
far.
That one rising high. Snap throw back. As a runner, I don't think I'd be getting very far off the bag with Hilburn's arm.
No, she's shown the willingness to throw anywhere, anytime.
The count 2-1. That's on the ground and foul on the left side. And the count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looks like Hilburn and Beck are on the same page finally.
Trying to find that perfect pitch here to try and get out of this little mini jam they're in.
Deuce's wild pitch on the way. That's fouled back, and we'll have another Deuce's wild pitch. The 2-2. On the ground and foul as Kimbo still battling.
Fighting off the ones that are close and looking for the one that she wants to drive somewhere.
2 on, 2 out here for the Larks, trailing by 2. 2s abound on the scoreboard. We've got 2s all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
That one stays upstairs. They throw back on the far side, trying to catch Jessie lazing back to the bag, but Jessie does skip her away safely. Back to second.
Hilburn caught her own second baseman, a little bit surprised there.
That's a slow roller. And they're going to ask if it hit her in the box. And they say it did. Good communication by the umpires. Home plate umpire couldn't see it. Asked for help.
And they were on it right away.
Yep.
There's no question there. They made the call right away. And that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Good communication by the Blue crew. Fly ball. Shallow. And it will drop in for a base hit. And 2 runs come in. The throw back in the dugout. Kimbo. Singles in 2. And we're all knotted up at 6. That brings up Marissa.
Now batting, number 28, Marissa Harrison.
Oh, found that old low cane triangle out there.
Yeah.
For you Royals fans from the World Series run.
It's not me, but there might be some Royals fans out there.
But you know what
I know
I'm
exactly what you're talking about, yeah. As Marissa fouls it back into the screen.
Hey, difference between batting 250 and 300 is one of those a week.
Uh-huh. Very true. Very true. Count is even 1-1 strike here to Marissa, who has singled twice with 3 ribbies on the day. Fly ball center field. Go back is Tadros. Tadros will make the play in front of the fence. Nice catch out there in front of the fence. But the Larks get 2 back. We've played 5.5. Larks and Red Ravens tied at 6. Into the bottom of the sixth we go. Asia Brown, who doubled her last at bat, coming to bat here for the Red Ravens. Red Ravens are the home team on the scoreboard, even the game here in Hesston.
Now batting number 2, Asia Brown.
Brown 1 for 2. Brown bats ninth, top of the order coming up. Chopper that will bounce Jesse, throw just by a step in time. And that brings up Tyra Owl.
Now batting Tyra Owl.
Tyra Owl 1 for 2. She'll take a pitch away for a strike as she popped out in her last at bat. Fly ball left side. Going back is Mariah, and she will make the play.
2 quick outs here.
Too quick for Chrislyn Mays. Mays with a pair of singles.
Now batting number 11, Chrislyn Mays.
Mays, a little flare. Jesse can't hang on, and she's not safe, and the Larks cannot come up with the out as Jesse couldn't come up with it, bobbled it.
Great hustle down the first baseline, too.
And they're going to ask if Mays was out of a box. So Mays aboard, that brings up Gracie Hilburn.
Number 9, Gracie Hilburn.
And Hilburn takes a strike on the outside corner. Hilburn on the ground past Jesse. A base hit for Hilburn. Mays holds at second. So back to a single and an error have given the Red Ravens 2 runners on for Addie Beck, who has been swinging an incredibly hot bat. 2 singles and reached on an error. Beck in the first game was on fire with a pair of doubles and a pair of singles. 4 for 4 in game 1. 6 for 7 in the day, and that one, the first pitch swinging popped up. Katie going back, and Katie will make the play in foul territory, and the Larks dodge a bullet here in the 6th. We've played 6. Larks and Red Ravens all tied up at 6. Back after this. And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field. Mariah Gilmartin leading off here, the bottom of the top of the 7th, rather. Larks and Red Ravens all tied up. Sherry Green in over there at second base for the Red Ravens. So Mariah stepping in. Mariah singled her last at bat. Back in, Jason Witchers. That one stays too far down low, and the count 2 balls, no strikes here to Mariah.
When she came out before, it looked like the Larks were starting to figure her out a little bit. Let's see if they can make the adjustment back here.
That's on the ground. And the throw over from Chumley in time. Brings up Terry Stanton. Terry doubled. So she has a hit on the afternoon in game 2. And had a single in game 1. Was hit by a pitch twice. That one misses outside, 1 ball. Terry rips one foul. And the count 1-1. Witchers misses low and away. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike here to Terry.
Still trying to work that outside corner, but not quite as close as she was before.
That one comes too far inside and almost got a piece of the bat, which could have been incredibly unfortunate. And the count 3 balls, 1 strike.
Almost Terry's 3rd hit by pitch today.
Yeah. Too far out. And Terry aboard. Makes me wonder, Matt, how tough that is for someone to come back in after pitching and being on the bench. You're kind of cooling off. Temperature's starting to go down, drop a little bit.
It can't be easy. You wouldn't imagine it's usually ever in the game plan to bring someone out and then
bring them back. Katie takes a pitch outside. Throw back. Not in time. Gracie Hildburn wants to talk things over with Witchers.
She doesn't look as comfortable as she did when she was out there the first time. That being said, she had really good stuff the first time she was out.
She absolutely did.
I think she's a couple pitches away from figuring it out here.
So Terry aboard with 1 out. The 1-0 comes back in. There's that stuff we talked about. And the count
that was a great spot.
Really was. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. That one rises high a little bit. And they count 2-1. Which is just misses a little low. And Katie quickly had 3 balls and 1 strike.
Maybe one of those where I'll give you a little down or a little out, but not both.
Yeah. That's a fly ball. That will tail foul. And the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. On the ground, gloved by Herrera. Throw over. Bounces off Terry's helmet, and Terry will stay at second base. And that brings up Izzy, who has singled in her last two at-bats.
Now batting, number
Tried to turn the double play the hard way there. Probably did the right thing getting the for sure out at first, and then
Zoe coming in to run now in place of Terry. Fly ball, left side, that will tail foul.
a loud strike.
A loud strike. I think count 0-1.
She got the one she was looking for. Let's see if Witcher goes back there.
Fly ball, that time right side.
Tailing away from center.
And Tadris calls for it. Hannah Bede. She can cover some real estate and does. And the Larks strand a runner. Will go bottom of the seventh. Coffeyville and Larks all tied up at 6. Into the bottom of the seventh we go. Kylie Chumley due up 0 for 3 in this second game. And Chumley in game 1 doubled. 1 for 3 in game 1. Chumley first pitch swinging, and that's foul. The 0-1 coming up. Emily deals. On the ground, base hit for Chumley. And a big leadoff runner aboard for the Red Ravens and Ariel Herrera. Herrera's 1 for 2 with a 2-run bomb and a fly ball to center field, along with a sacrifice bunt. Herrera digging in. Fly ball lifted. That is over the head and to the fence. Chumley going to third. And Herrera pulls into second with a stand-up double. And that brings up Maddie Tadris, who singled her last at-bat. And the winning run just 60 feet away. None out. Tadros shows bunt on the ground and foul. Tadros fouls off the first pitch she sees.
With no outs here, you letting her swing away, Rusty?
Absolutely. The 0-1. That one's lifted and out of play. Count 0-2. Especially when you had a single last time up.
Anything hard anywhere scores that run.
I see Coach Bell telling the outfielders on the corners that if that ball is fouled, do not catch it on a fly out. The 0-2 delivery from Emily. Fly ball left side, that will get out of play. Tadros turned on that one, but it's just a long, loud strike with two on the board. You have a lot of options up here with 2 on and none out. And as a hitter, I think you're sitting up there going, I'm just going to try and do my part. I don't have to do anything fancy. There's not pressure.
Put a good swing on something, and if it works out.
Absolutely. The 0-2. There's the fly ball, and that will do it. That ball is out of here. That is a walk-off home run for Coffeyville. They come away with the sweep on the 3-run home run, and Coffeyville puts a sweep over the Larks. Maddie Tadros hits one over the fence and out of here. The good swing, that's going to do it. Larks drop the game, the doubleheader to Coffeyville, 9-6 in game 2. Matt, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Rusty. Thanks
Absolutely.
for having me. Have a blast up here.
Absolutely. Glad you could. That's going to do it for us. We'll be back. Larks will be in action on Thursday right here on the Lark Network.